Welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben and this is my review for Netflix's new movie, The Violence Action. Let's jump in. She's just a regular sweet-looking college student by day, but by night she's a part-time assassin and she's about to face her toughest target yet. This is one of the reasons why it's not always good to adapt a manga into a feature live-action film. And I think most people would agree with that sometimes it ends up being the thing that you don't want it to be. It's quirky, you want to go and watch or read the manga originally and you don't want to watch the film, but you want to see what it's about. I think if you're a fan of the manga, you're going to be interested enough to want to check it out, and then probably more disappointed as you go along. Maybe you've never heard of the manga and you thought, you know what, I'm going to give this a chance. It looks like it could be somewhat quirky with a bit of John Wick action, but it is comedic in places and maybe has some heart to it. And there is some of that in it, and I do like some of the action. The problem is where there's great choreographed action, it's so fast and frenetically cut that they zoom in, they snap to the shot, they snap to the close bit, they snap around it. It's like watching a Transformers movie. You know the action's good, but you can't see what the hell is going on. That is 85% of the time. And then the other 15% of the time where you do get to see what's going on, whether it's a super wide shot or medium wide shot, I guess they input stylistic choice of slow-mo, weird quirky music over it, and the whole time it just feels like you're watching an MTV music video from the 90s. That's where this film feels like it sits. And I would say going into this, I was thinking this film doesn't know what it is. But now, having finished it, I think this film knows exactly what it is. It's adapted exactly from the manga, but sometimes it shouldn't be adapted exactly. You need to take a bit more creative license and do your own thing, because sometimes adaptation directly doesn't quite work, and I would say that is the thing here. It's also very strangely written and weirdly acted. The actors are these embellished anime characters that are like over the top and exuberant, or over the bad guy, you know, just overacting, and comes across as bad acting. I think it's not, though, because I think this is what they would do in the anime. There's a character that has a metal head wig that is bulletproof, and it just so screams anime or manga. That's what it screams. So from page to screen, it's like we really want to adhere to what the fans want to see. We want to keep it exactly the same, which is great, but doesn't come off feeling good as a good film. So you have these quirky moments that are just cringeworthy. You have these quirky moments that just make you want to stop watching the film, but you keep watching in the hopes that it actually is a good film. There are moments in here that I enjoyed, and sometimes the action gets brutal, but it doesn't really let you see it. And when you see the brutality or the blood spray doesn't look real. When you see someone get stabbed, they will get stabbed like you think it's enough to kill them, but they carry on moving. And then your characters start portraying supernatural abilities. So they don't ever establish what the lore is. I think it expects you to have read the manga novels, and then you're coming into this with some foreknowledge. For anybody that's coming with no knowledge, you're going to be like, cool. They have superhuman abilities like super speed and jumping really high, like old wirework Japanese movies. It feels like it wants to be sort of Scott Pilgrim versus the World / the manga / in a live action movie that is quirky. It doesn't quite really hit the spot there, though. I'm glad it's finished when it was. It's not making me wanting to go back and read the manga. It just makes me going, ugh, I wish they hadn't made it. That's not to say that the actresses in it aren't great at doing what they do. The choreograph action fight sequence isn't good. I just didn't get to see it. It was too fastly cut and edited. The music didn't sit well for me. The over stylistic nature of the film often didn't work. So for every bit that I enjoyed, there were 2 or 3 that I did not. I'm going to give this 2 Nicolas Cages out of 5.
You got one.
And that's me being generous. Let me know what you thought. Maybe you enjoyed it. Maybe you loved it. Have you read the manga? I would love to know. What did you think of this adaptation? Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.